What's up, everybody? Patrick from WP Builder Helper here today again to talk about something that's been bothering me the last couple days. We're going to talk about web design today. It's a topic that many of you are probably dealing with, and I wanted to talk about it. Specifically, the confidence that you need to have when it comes to doing designs and things like that. So stay with me today, and remember to subscribe below, hit that like and share button, and let's get started. Hey guys, Patrick again. So here we are again, and today I said I was going to talk about confidence in web design, and I really do want to talk about that. So one of the things that's been bothering me is I had this client who had come to me for a web design project for another client. So it started off with one guy. He owned a franchise type business, and he had a bunch of other franchisees who work with him. And the client came to me, and the first guy was great. I mean, he paid on time. He did everything he needed to do. He explained every change that he wanted. It was like a web designer dream because he paid his bills on time, no problems whatsoever. I didn't have any issues with him. His friend, however, we ran into issues with right off the bat. I noticed that the guy seemed to have issues communicating. He would constantly say my emails were going to spam, he didn't get them, he didn't do anything like that, and it was creating a problem because the communication between us was just terrible. Like, I wouldn't hear from him for some time, and so it just created a really, really stressful situation where I didn't know what to do with him. I mean, I had no clue what I was supposed to do with this guy. He kept going back and forth with me. I wanted to not lose him as a client, but at the same time, he wasn't respecting my time, and I was slowly starting to lose respect when it came to his time because I just didn't care anymore. Well, fast forward, and at some point in, I think, December, he ghosted me. And he ghosted me until just recently. He finally came back and emailed me out the blue. And I won't bear any details. I won't show you the email. But needless to say, he said, hey, I got busy. And, I just got lost in work. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the time. Didn't have this. Didn't have that. And it brought up a very good point that I thought that web designers as a whole run into, and it's confidence. And I felt my confidence just a little bit. I felt it slip because at one point I was like, man, should I just give this guy a deal and then just get him off my doorstep and be done with him? And after thinking about it for some time, I came to the conclusion that I wasn't going to do that no matter what. He was going to get charged above and beyond what he was charged before. And it's just because he's unreliable. There's some aspect of that we have to cover as designers. And part of that comes in from the confidence. I don't want you guys to ever think, you see a lot of negativity on the forums with how people build websites and how people do that. First off, I want to address one thing that everybody runs into at some point in time or another. And that is just the fact that we're using page builders. People will say, you're using a page builder, Patrick. That's not legit. It's not as good as hand coding. You're right. 100%. It's not as good as hand coding. However, using a page builder or using WordPress or using whatever is just one tool in your arsenal. That doesn't mean that's the only thing that I know how to do. I grew up designing websites by hand coding them. I used to design websites back in the day of Angel Fire and GeoCities. Granted, those were terrible websites. I still did it. I had teachers come to me in class and say, show me how to design a website because I have no idea. And they were teaching it. And so when I went to school for my degree, I had teachers literally come up to me and say, show me how to use Dreamweaver. You obviously have the knowledge and I don't. And that's always been something that's stuck with me. I'm not saying I'm the greatest web designer, so please, please don't go out there and look for my stuff because it's just not going to be pretty. I'm not the greatest web designer, but I'm okay. I at least know the rules of the game. I at least know accessibility, and I know UI, and I know UX, and I get all of those different things. And that as a whole gives me more confidence to take and go out there and talk about projects with clients. And so I'm reaching out to you guys because I want you to be aware that when you have a client like this who comes to you and they start, I wouldn't say harassing, because it's not harassing. I don't want it to come off like that. But when you have a client that comes to you and they ghost you, or they're just not making payments on time, or they're just not doing that, drop them. Get rid of them. This guy's ghosted me again when I gave him the final price. And I said, here's the final price. Before your website goes live, I want money in hand. I want it. So if you agree to these terms, then that's what we're doing. And if not, then your website never goes live. You know what he did? He's vanished. What do you think that says to me as a designer? That tells me you're unreliable, because you don't want to even pay the money. You just want something done for free, and I'm not going to do that. You can keep paying your hosting provider that you're paying now, that's going to cost you way more money in the long run because they lock everything down, and that'll just be what it is. And that's all it boils down to. So today, that's really what I wanted to talk about. I know this isn't a long video, but build up that confidence. If you're a brand new web designer, start off with some free projects. Design something for a charity. Design something for free that you would just like to get your name out there. Do that for free. And then the next project, double that. You can't double zero, but charge $250 if you're uncomfortable with that. And then double that price and charge $500. And then double that price and charge $1,000. And then from $1,000 charge $2,000. And from $2,000 charge $4,000. And keep going up from there, and keep doing that and growing that confidence that you have, because you are worth something. I don't care if you're using Oxygen. I don't care if you're using Elementor. I don't care if you're using Brizy. I don't care about any of that. You're worth something as a web designer, and you need to know that, and you need to hear that, because I feel like everybody is worth something. Even if you're brand new in web design, you're still worth something. Your time is worth money, and so you need to charge accordingly for that. And as for the whole adage of page builders, I'll go back to what I said before. A page builder is a tool. I use it more as a framework than anything else, but it is a tool. If you go to a shop to get your tire changed on your car, you don't ask the mechanic to use a lug wrench to take off your tire. He uses like the air compressor, the thing, and he gets your tire off. And that's how he takes it off. So why would he use a lug wrench when that's least efficient? And that's all it boils down to. There's different tools. There's millions and millions of different ways to create websites. You can create a website with Wix. You can create it with Squarespace. You can create it with WordPress. You can create it with all kinds of e-commerce tools like Magneto and all of these other things. It doesn't really matter. As long as at the end of the day, you're getting results from it, that's all that really matters. So if you're getting your clients results, you're doing a good job. Thumbs up to you. Keep going. But if you haven't built up that confidence yet, I would recommend starting out with something simple. Like I said, start out with a charity, start out with something for free for a friend. Build up that confidence, build up that portfolio, and go at it, guys. All right? Thanks. See you guys next time.